So one of the lessons I've learned after writing, you know, a dozen or so novels is that suspense really isn't created by what you add. It's really about what you remove. I think when writers get stuck trying to make a scene more powerful, the default impulse is to add more description, more explanation, more dialogue, or more backstory. And think writers tend to feel like we need to give more and more information to the reader to make sure they're really understanding what we're trying to create. And that's just not how suspense works. Suspense happens when there are pauses, when readers have to lean forward to catch what's going on, when they have to start filling in the blanks for themselves. So, a very basic example would be a clumsy sentence like, Sarah slammed the door because she was angry about what he'd said. Of course, that sentence should absolutely just become Sarah slammed the door. You're just getting rid of the stuff that we get already as readers. We don't need explanation. And the explanation, in fact, weakens the moment absolutely, because what it does is it removes the reader's opportunity to participate. This is why I use descriptions so sparingly in my books. One, because I'm not good at them, and two, because the reader's internal description is going to be so much more powerful than probably what I'm going to put into their head. Same thing with dialogue. I see a lot of dialogue tags, which is a sentence like, I don't think that's a good idea, she said nervously. That's terrible. You don't need, she said nervously. You don't need the word nervously. And in fact, I would argue that if you could even get rid of the she said, do it. They should just be small fillers to remind you who is talking. And if it's clear who's talking, don't have any kind of dialogue tag at all. And here's probably the biggest one, ending scenes earlier. Most scenes end after the interesting part is well over. Maybe a character finds a gun, discovers a secret, learns a betrayal, perhaps. And then the writer spends 3 more paragraphs talking about it. Don't. Just let that discovery happen in a visceral, immediate, and, panicky kind of way, and then just end the scene. Force the reader to turn that page. So the next time you're editing, never look to add words. Don't ask what else you can add to fill in the blanks. Just look and see what can be removed. Now get back to writing.